the number one reason why TRT fails to restore erection, okay, so to restore libido, energy and mood, okay. So yeah, guys, most guys jump on TRT and expect like super high energy, God mode, libido and rock hard erections, okay, but most of them, they end up with anxiety, ED, and zero sex drive. And then, of course, after some time, they think about to get off TRT, okay? Even that process is possible, but it's not an easy thing, okay? So, guys, the truth is it's not just testosterone, and I talk about in my other videos that there are even other markers that are more important than testosterone, okay? Two markers, hormone markers, can kill libido and erection faster than low T ever could, okay? So I will talk about this later, yeah? So the problem is that 95% of men on TRT, or even if they decide if they go TRT way, okay, they never check the full panel before injecting, okay? So like hormones, inflammation, and other things, okay? So let's talk about I have seen hundreds of tests, okay, helped at least 1,000 guys, okay, with this, okay. So let's talk about incomplete hormone assessment before TRT, okay. So I don't understand why these TRT clinics or doctors, urologists, endocrinologists, andrologists, why they don't do the proper testing, okay. Otherwise they will know the root cause, okay. The root cause is extremely crucial because, like I said, if you put a band-aid from TRT on something that is not good, okay, so it will backfire very soon, okay. So yeah, root cause is extremely crucial. If you want to find your root cause and maybe enhance your TRT protocol, you will find a link under this video for my coaching, okay. So commonly ignored labs, okay, are when we are talking about hormones, okay, DHEAS, okay, because it's precursor for neurosteroid and dopamine tone, okay. Dopamine is motivation, even this energy feeling and so on. It's not only TRT. Can TRT or testosterone increase dopamine? Sure, it can, yeah. But like I said, we want to restore it, okay. So not just only through, exogenous TRT, yeah. So pregnenolone, okay, so is needed for allopregnenolone, is GABA A calming, okay, sexual signaling, SABG, okay. Two markers I mentioned before, estradiol, prolactin. These both can kill your erection, libido as fast as possible, okay. So many guys, I work with many guys, okay, so I will not give the names, but for example, they visit many doctors, they tell about the symptoms, they even have a blood test and they do nothing, okay. I work with many guys that have very high prolactin, okay, so very high estradiol, and the doctors tell them that is okay, yeah. So guys, even if you are on TRT and you have like high estradiol and someone will try to convince you that the ratio is okay, it works like that. I agree to some extent because uh, the higher the estradiol, the higher serotonin in your brain and so on, okay. So you really need to understand, if you want to optimize yourself, it's not about like super physical, levels, and for example, you are blocking androgen receptors because your estradiol is way too high and so on, okay. So it always the balance between the hormones, yeah. And generally I like to have a estradiol in a specific range because it helps also with erections, okay. So uh, yeah, prolactin kills libido very fast, and also dopamine and even erection quality, okay. So it's definitely really good to lower the prolactin, okay. So uh, most things will fix prolactin fast, but they are not fixing the root cause, okay. So yeah, many guys, they come to me, they have, for example, high homocysteine, okay? So this can be because of the many reasons, but also, for example, methylation is affected. They don't have enough building blocks, you know, to reverse this. Homocysteine will cause endothelial damage, okay? So then you will have poor penile perfusion, okay? It means the blood flow will be affected, okay? So you need to understand that lowering homocysteine is also anti-aging, okay? So no one talks about that, I talks about that, okay? So CRP, IL-6, okay, inflammation markers, okay, ferritin, okay, yeah, fasting insulin, HOMA-IR. This is about insulin resistance because it means low nitric oxide, poor blood flow, okay? So TRT on top of poor insulin sensitivity or inflammation means high E2, low dopamine, poor erection response, okay? So, and many of these guys, they will take even Viagra and Cialis, but it will not work because your system is not working like nitric oxide synthase, okay? But you have also other things how to increase blood flow. Like I said, if you need my help, you will find the email address for my coaching, okay? So many doctors also, they overlook things like, you know, gut issues, inflammation, okay? So insulin sensitivity, they are all contributing to issues like liver health, because the liver then cannot properly detox, for example, estradiol. Okay, your gut will create a lot of beta-glucuronidase, and then it's like recycling estradiol, okay, back in your body, okay, so you will have high estradiol, okay, so you need to address all these things. And the one special thing is mitochondria, okay, so I do regularly like mitochondrial fixes, okay, because mitochondria is the most important thing, okay, so if you want to have a proper testosterone levels, hormone levels, you need mitochondria, okay. Some for example, supplements that are used for fixing mitochondrial health, they help also lower oxidative stress, okay, they help to lower your inflammation, okay. So definitely I would focus myself at mitochondrial health first, okay. And there are the other things, like I said, gut health, because if you have nutritional imbalance, okay, you need everything, okay. You need proper levels of B vitamins, because folate is extremely crucial, for example, for your erectile functioning, okay. And I see many guys that are low in folate, for example, okay, or B12 or B6, okay. So there are many things you need to fix, and therefore it is really crucial to do the proper testing. Because one guy reached out to me and he told me, yeah, we did everything with the doctors, and yeah, they cannot or they can't find any issue, okay. So I just take a quick look at the test, okay. So, and I found at least 3 problems, big problems, okay. So then we did additional tests, okay, like O tests and so on, and we find another problems, okay. So when doctor will tell you, okay, everything is okay, so try to discuss this with someone else, okay, because most likely this is not okay, okay. So yeah, and you need to understand for erection, for example, okay, if you are older and your testosterone is like 500 nanogram per deciliter, you have a good base for erections. Younger guys, I've seen younger guys, they have like 250, but for example, their nitric oxide synthase is working really good. So this is like a compensatory mechanism for the low androgens, because androgens are also affecting nitric oxide, and especially enos, okay, this is a bone molecule, it's really good for rock hard erection, and nnos, like signaling to start an erection, okay. So yeah, why prolactin and estradiol are the real libido killers, okay. We talk about prolactin inhibits dopamine in hypothalamus, low motivation, low arousal, okay, increased post-orgasmic shutdown phase permanently if chronically elevated. So it depends how many times you can have a sex, depends on this, okay. So plus DHT, of course, yeah. Yeah, can be triggered also by stress, low B6, SSRIs, pituitary microadenomas, okay, so the target is less than 7 nanogram per milliliter. My is without any, you know, without any supplements is around 7, okay, so I can bring it even more with targeted supplements and so on, okay. Estradiol is needed for libido, okay, so definitely I'm not a fan of killing estradiol, okay, but too much will also block androgen receptors, okay, so you will create this testosterone resistance, okay. Yeah, it converts from testosterone faster in insulin resistance or inflammation. If you have diabetes, you will have a problem, okay? If you have too much body fat, you will have a problem, okay? So it can also cause water retention, brain fog, emotional dullness, even these like emotional peaks, okay? Of course, ED, yeah? Because uh, many guys, they've been told that they have some kind of venous leakage, but no one's take a look at the estradiol levels, okay? If they will look and they will see high levels of estradiol, it can cause like weak erections, okay? You cannot keep the erection, okay? So sweet spot around 25 to 40 picograms per milliliter, but it's also very individual, okay? Because like I said, for me, libido, when I have higher estradiol, but I'm not out of the range, okay, so I'm not out of the 40 picogram per milliliter range, okay, so I have better libido but weaker erection, and the lower I get with estradiol, the higher quality of erection, okay. So also if your estradiol is lower than 15, you will run into issue plus joint pain and other things, okay. So why bad TRT protocols are ruining erections, okay, so choosing the TRT protocol, I think, depends on this first like hormone assessment, okay, where is the prolactin, where is your estradiol, okay, where is your testosterone, SHBG, and so on, okay, because of that you will choose the esters, okay, or TRT protocol you want to apply, okay. So you need to look at the things like DHT, okay. So DHT is the thing that will give you the the happiness in your life, okay. So but it should be in balance with other hormones like with testosterone and so on, okay. So i see I see crazy guys using like injectable DHT or DHT gels, and they have super high DHT, but it doesn't work like that, okay. Even too much from DHT will cause issues, okay. So DHT, testosterone need to be in balance, okay. There are certain ratio you need to reach out in order to have like great libido, you know, because DHT also can affect your smooth muscle in your penile tissue. You will have healthy penile tissue, great erection, lot of enos, enos, okay. So there must be you know balance, okay. You can use DHT gel, you can use testosterone cream, and so on. There are many ways, okay. The problem is, like I said, they need to look at your blood test and based on them decide the choice of the esters, okay. uh, Also too infrequent injections can cause aromatization spikes, high E2, low dopamine, okay. So also you need to think about neurosteroids, okay, because you need to support these, okay, because if you will have less GABA, then you have of course more glutamate. Many guys react really bad to TRT because, for example, TRT raises their glutamate, okay. You need to do something for that, otherwise you will have anxiety, poor parasympathetic tone. Parasympathetic tone is extremely crucial for starting erection, okay. So, and if you have high sympathetic tone, you will have this sexual anxiety and so on, okay. So you will end up, like I said, in hypersympathetic state wired by thyroid, okay. So erection even with high T, okay. So yeah, TRT cuts off neurosteroid production, okay, because exogenous testosterone means you have low LH, okay, so then the cascade pregnenolone, DHL, allopregnenolone is missing, okay. So Allopregnanolone, like I said, is potent GABA-A modulator, is extremely crucial for this well-being, relaxation, orgasm intensity, okay? If you are low in allopregnanolone, you can experience anxiety, numbness, poor sensitivity, okay? So you also need to support this pathway, okay? So also, guys, they are on TRT, they think that testosterone is high, nothing is working, they try Viagra or Cialis and it fails, okay? So the problem is you are not fixing blood flow or endothelial and neurosteroid dysfunction, okay? So this is extremely crucial, you know. Endothelial health is really important, okay? There are several ways how you can do it, okay? So also, how to test erection quality and blood flow, okay? You can go to your urologist and you can do Doppler test, okay? But also you can watch out for simple signs, okay? Are you missing morning wood? Then probably there is an issue, okay? There are also devices you can buy and they measure, for example, nocturnal erection. These are extremely crucial, okay? If you are missing them, something is wrong, okay? So, but it can be like I said, dopamine, it can be stress, okay? High estradiol, and maybe low DHT, okay? These are the things, okay? If you are missing morning wood, it's mostly because of the stress, high E2, okay? Low DHT, okay? So, and low dopamine, okay? But probably stress is the last one. Low DHT, high E2 will contribute a lot to missing morning wood, okay? So, yeah, nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the real thing, you know, for erections, okay? So, like I said, we have three types: enos, enos, inos. Inos is this inflammatory, we want to avoid them, okay? So, there is a false statement that as you age you will lose nitric oxide. The problem is you have already some problems with nutrition deficiencies like low folate, BH4 is low and so on, and therefore you are running into the issues, okay? So if you will fix this, okay, even your nitric oxide synthase will improve, even if you are older. It doesn't matter, okay? So inflammation also lower this, okay? So you can upregulate nitric oxide synthase, MNRI, even naturally, okay? So there are many great supplements, okay? And restoration is also dependent on endothelial and mitochondrial health plus neurosteroid synergy, okay? At the end, you will feel maybe like 18 years old again, okay? So, yeah, guys, that's it. Let me know what you think. And yeah, comment for algorithm.